Hi, I'm Maddie. I'm a full-time reseller, and today I wanted to go over some higher dollar sales from July. Honestly, a lot of my sales are what people would consider bread and butter, like under $40 or under $30, but I'm totally okay with that. It would be nice if every sale was over $100 for sure, but that's just not my business model. So I'm okay with the 30, the $25 sales. But today I wanted to talk about things that I've sold for over $40. So yeah, let's get started. The first item I wanted to talk about was this Mark's playset piece. It is from the Giant Battle of the Blue and the Gray playset, which is a Civil War playset. And a lot of Mark sets will have, if they're about similar topics, they will share some of the same molds. But this piece was particular to only this playset, which means it's a little bit rarer and harder to find. So I took a best offer of $50, and the buyer was all in for $67.39. And I bought this in a lot, and after everything was said and done, I think I was all in for, or I paid $2 for this. And I really have WorthPoint to thank for figuring out how to price this item, because since it is a little bit rarer, there wasn't a lot of sales history to go off of, even in just a year. So Terapeak wasn't really that helpful either. But WorthPoint showed me that people had sold this piece in the past maybe 5 years for around $50. So since I control the market and I had the only one listed, I did price it higher. I priced it, I think, $65. But when I got that $50 offer, I was totally okay taking that. And a lot of my Marks playset pieces will sell pretty quickly because collectors who are looking to complete their playsets at home will have eBay notifications turned on for specific parts or specific playsets. And so my playset pieces will sell in like 20 or 30 minutes. But this one did take about 3 weeks to sell, so a little bit longer, but still a good flip. Yeah. So the next item is this Knickerbocker cat plush. I bought this at a thrift store for $2 and took a best offer of $100. The buyer was all in for $116.70. I had this listed higher because, again, WorthPoint showed me that it had sold for a little bit over $100 in the past, but I wanted that quick sale, so I took the offer of $100. I think a few days after I listed this. But when I saw this at a thrift store, I kind of knew it was special right away because it felt like the fur was very coarse. And when I think of stuffed animals from today, I think of Loveys and very soft plush. But the fur was very coarse and the eyes are made of glass, which I know that I don't think we would give such an item for a child to play with these days. So I knew that it was older for sure. And I just love picking up Knickerbocker plush anyway. So I wanted to check it out and look up comps. And yeah, I was really happy that this sold for $100 that quickly. The next item is this Thomas and Friends book and cassette. And oh, hi. So I saw this at a flea market. Oh no, an antique mall. And the things at the antique mall were priced up pretty high, but I kind of went in as sort of a challenge to myself, thinking that I probably could find at least one thing to flip. And I saw this in a booth for $3. And I looked it up on eBay and I didn't see anything. But again, I went to WorthPoint and I saw that a few years ago someone had sold this exact item, also new in the package, for $80. So I knew that there was someone out there willing to pay at least $80 for this item. And again, since I controlled the market, I priced it a little bit higher at $89.99, and it sold for the full asking price actually I think it sold in less than 2 weeks. And the buyer was all in for $108.56. So yeah, and I thought it would be pretty important to put the keyword Ringo Starr in there because he narrated the cassette, and I'm not sure if there's some sort of collector that would be looking specifically for that keyword on eBay. But either way, yeah, this got watchers like immediately when I listed it, so I knew it was pretty special. The next item is this Artisan Miniature real oil painting, signed by a pretty well-known artist. And this item wasn't vintage or anything. It was signed 2017 on the back, but definitely still sought after because of the artist's signature. And you can see the penny in the photo. Like, this is a very small item. So just the work that goes into this with tiny brush strokes is amazing to me. And I think I bought this in a lot, and I had about $5 into it, but the lot was already well paid for when I listed this. So depending on how you look at it, I either had $5 or nothing into it. But either way, a good flip, because this sold for a best offer, actually an offer I sent out for $130. And this went to someone in Australia via the global shipping program. So after the global shipping fees, they were all in for $180.01. And they actually came back the same day and purchased 2 other things. So I was kind of expecting them to message me and ask me to cancel their first sale so they can combine them all. But they didn't do that. They just paid the global shipping fees twice. But yeah. The next item is this action figure of a Batman character named Alfred, which I'm not familiar with, but Google Lens was able to help me with this. And this sold for the full asking price of $42.99. The buyer was all in for $51.20. And I got this at a garage sale. Someone had a whole tote full of these little action figures and cake toppers. And this item, I think, almost paid for the entire tote. So I had maybe like 50 cents into this. The next item is this Artisan Miniature picnic basket. It is hand painted, so I definitely wanted to put that in the title. And it came with these cute little napkins and placemats, and definitely handmade, so wanted to put artisan in there. I bought this in a lot. I paid $7 for this in a lot. And let's see, the buyer took an offer that I sent out for $42. And this was also someone in Australia, but a different buyer. And they were all in $75.60 for just this little picnic basket. And again, there's the penny in the photo for scale, so you can see how tiny it is. The next item is this hand-thrown pottery. It's a vase from a local artist in Detroit. And I paid $8 for this at a thrift store, and I took a best offer of $51, and the buyer was all in for $65.01. I think I had this listed at about $60, so I was totally happy taking that $51 offer. The next item is this Disney plush. It's kind of like a pillow pet, but not pillow pet brand, so I definitely didn't want to put that in the title or put that in the brand. But it is of the character Angel from the Lilo and Stitch series. And I paid $3 for this at a thrift store. And I took a best offer of $40. I know that is way lower than what I had it listed for, but I think that day I didn't have very many sales, so I was trying to just move stuff and get some momentum in my store. So I took that $40 offer, and the buyer was all in for $54.25. The next item is this trucker hat. It is a K brand made in the USA trucker hat, so I definitely wanted to put that in the title because those are sought after. They're definitely collectors for that. And honestly, this item was in really, really bad condition. You can see there's some sand type of thing or dust that was just all over the inside. And the mesh was really just like hanging by a thread. It was in horrible condition. And I put that all in the description, and I put read in the title so the buyer would know to just make sure to read everything. And this still sold for the full asking price of $45.99. The buyer was all in for $52.24, and they left me really good feedback. So yeah, don't be afraid to list stuff even if it is damaged. And I bought this in a lot. I think I had $1 into it, and this one hat paid for the entire lot. The next item is a Mercari sale. It is this baseball glove. It sold for best offer of $40. I had it listed for $50, but I was okay taking $40 because WorthPoint, again, showed me that it was selling around $40. And the buyer paid shipping. And I picked up this glove at a flea market, which is, I feel like one of the most common items I buy at flea markets is baseball gloves. I picked up this item mostly because of the brand and because it was a left-hand throw and because it was an adult size. So yeah, and I paid $5 for this. I can't remember if I said that. And then the last two items I wanted to show were Depop sales. They're both shoes from Depop. So the first one is this pair of boots, and I have them displayed sideways like this because Depop buyers really like that chunky platform look, chunky heel look. So I wanted to show potential buyers without even clicking on the item that these had a platform. So I just displayed them on their side instead, which I probably wouldn't do on eBay. But these sold for $40 plus shipping, and I think I paid $8 for these at a thrift store. And the last item is this pair of Doc Martens shoes. I got this at a thrift store for $8, which I was really surprised that it was priced so low, but I think it's because the insoles were Echo brand, and so the people pricing at the thrift store probably thought these were Echo brand shoes and didn't recognize that classic yellow stitching around the soles. So yeah, I paid $8 for this, and it sold for $60 plus shipping. And again, I displayed these on their sides because of the platform that I wanted the buyer to see. So yeah, that's really it. I'm planning on doing a bread and butter video really soon, so it'd be amazing if you could subscribe to me and just be on the lookout for that other video. But yeah, thanks for joining me today.